Welcome to the channel and to today's message. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for the continued support. It was a message that I was instructed to bring to this collective a few weeks ago, and it came to me again the last 2 days. So today I will tap into the energies to bring that message and to see if there is more that is revealed today for us. If I ask you what time of day is the most beautiful to you, you will probably say just before sunrise or sunset, or many of you would say that, because it is then when these times of the day, when day meets night, when night meets day, are symbolic of dark and light meeting in everything in the universe. You have to understand that dark and light are not good and bad. We know there's a balance of opposites. You also know that when we talk about things like emotions, we can't know happiness without experiencing sadness, because it is in experiencing the contrast that we truly appreciate what we experience when we experience the joy or the exhilaration. It does not make the emotions of sadness bad. It is just a different aspect of this reality that we experience. So as we are creators of our own reality, through how we focus, through how we perceive things, we can change it by changing how we look at things, how we think about it. We are the master of our thoughts, so we can decide to change our thoughts. The problem is that so many people are clinging to the way they have always been, because they think they will lose themselves if they change something. But it is something authentic to themselves that they might lose if they lose the identity of how they perceive themselves, or of how others perceive them, how they project themselves. But it is not true. You can't lose yourself. You have a core vibration, and if you find that and truly live your truth, your life will become easier, and you will experience the beauty of creation, the beauty of manifestation, and the pain that we experience while we exist here will be different. Frogs might be significant for you. I saw roses also, which roses are the symbol for Venus, love, beauty, fertility, sensuality. And I also saw, and I saw it in the crystal ball this morning when I prepared, and I also saw a network. It was a network, like a network of branches. So it might be for you that you are moving more outward, not getting out of hermit mode and starting to connect with others. It can also be that you are just reminded that we are all connected and part of the one. You have to understand that when we talk about the great I am, the all, and we say, and I don't like to use the word God because there are preconceived ideas attached to the word, but we say God is love. We say the universe is love, but you must remember that the universe contains everything. So everything in the universe is love. And it is only when we understand that there is that light and dark are not good and bad that we start to understand this. Those of you who are receiving the message are advanced on this spiritual path. You are starting to understand or are already understanding and living in consciousness of non-duality, the fifth dimensional consciousness, where things are perceived differently, where there are no judgment attached to things. If you catch yourself casting a judgment, just bring yourself back to the awareness that everything is neutral. Things that are in the shadows are things that have not been brought to the light. They have not been seen. And as I've said in a previous video, things that have not been seen have not been loved yet by the person perceiving. So nature as an example to us, Mother Nature holds us all and gives to us all without discrimination. That is something that we can learn from her. When you become the witnesser, the one who only look at things without judgment, you can refer back to my videos. I will link them in the description where I describe how to train yourself to start to observe things when you look at something. And this is also the way to look at yourself. Look at it without comparing it to the next thing. Look at it without thinking of its past. So if you look at a person, look at them and tap into the being they are that is behind the avatar. Look at their spirit. Now, I have been one that, because it's easy for me to see somebody's higher self, to sometimes get me in situations where I would be with somebody or support somebody who in this human world are still acting out, who have not embodied their higher self fully, and I've mistaken it for the human avatar. So just be careful for that. It does not mean you just let anybody invade your space or take your time. It just means you look at things and see things as a child would, with the wonder of when you see something for the first time and you don't even know what it is called. The moment you give something a name as a child, then you start to attach to it the ideas that are part of the collective. the collective mind and consciousness, it is not something pure anymore. But if you can just look at it as it is, as is, your whole world will become magical. The smallest thing becomes significant. And while I use the word significant, I want you to realize and to remind yourself that everything has meaning. It is a meaning that you attach to it, that the universe brings into your field or shows you millions of things every day, and you pick up a fraction of that, or you interact with a fraction of that. Your brain, the reticular activating system in your brain, sifts what goes into the subconscious, and it is biased because it only seek out, while you observe, things that are in line with the beliefs that you have already. If you want to see reality as it is, if you want to see pure magic, you have to change this. You have to change what you are prepared to accept and believe. You won't see that which you do not believe. And ask yourself, the beliefs that you hold and that you cling to, why are you clinging to that? Are you getting something from it? Is it protecting you? Do you feel safe because of that belief? It is a lot of work, but it is fun. And as you walk the path, the more things that you experience and see that are so profound, that are so extraordinary to most people, it becomes your reality. In the previous video, I was channeling the divine feminine aspect of Source, and she said that she will give signs in the sky. Shortly after I recorded the video, after I uploaded the video, I climbed on my roof. It was almost evening, to watch the sunset over the sea, because I can't see I can only see a bit of the ocean from my garden, but if I get onto the roof, I can see the waves, and yeah. So I was sitting there, and just before I wanted to leave, there was a bird that flew from the east to the west where the ocean is, and there was a large aura around the bird, and the aura was pink. Now the pink aura is associated with the heart chakra, with the heart, amongst other things. And it was flying directly to the ocean, and I was looking around if my eyes were deceiving me, to see if I perhaps saw auras around other objects or around other things, and I didn't. It was just this one bird. And when I climbed down from the roof, there was this large dragonfly. I haven't seen such a dragonfly since I've lived in the house, which is now 4 or 5 years. I have seen small dragonflies. This was this huge dragonfly, and he was flying, scooping over my head and flying, almost in circles, and then disappeared. And it was only seconds after he disappeared that a bat came and also flew over my head. So the dragonfly and the bats and the birds, um, they're all energies that show us we are on the right path, that show us that we should move from the heart, that we should speak from the heart, that we should create from the heart. If you do it from the lower chakras, you will always feel empty. When our heart is open, we move with our intuition. We do not move from the logical mind that cannot perceive things that are of the higher planes, of the higher dimensions. The logical mind is limited. We have to let go of that. Still the mind, and you will hear the voice of your spirit. You will hear the voice of Source, and you won't be afraid to make your own decisions. I hope you're getting this. This is all the message that Source has been laying on my heart for weeks now. So I want to come back to what I started with. The time of day when day touches night, night touches day. The time when there is an integration of dark and light. Those are the beautiful times. The whole of existence is like this dance of elements, of which we only see the beauty if we don't separate it into two things that are black and white. That's why the yin-yang symbol has a bit of white in the black and a bit of black in the white, and it's not a straight line. It is when you open your heart and your mind that this truth of being is revealed to you in a way that you can experience it. This is how we elevate. This is how heaven on earth becomes a reality. Please, in the comments, let me know how this resonated. If you have any questions, ask them. If you want me to channel specific energy, I will also look into that. And then you can have a look at my shop, creativesophia.com. There might be something that you love. Until the next video, I'm sending you my infinite love.